Welcome to the Mischief. I'm Valen, and this is Magical Mischief Tour. Today, I figured I'd do a tiny bit of exploring, but then we'd return to our... Oh, and nighttime has just fallen. And we would return to our continuation of a little bit of tech progress so that we can access more magical stuff. While I was waiting for some things to actually process, like more of that creosote, I went out exploring, and... Oh boy, I've got some incoming attackers from above, I'm sure, somewhere. But I found in the Underdark there were a lot of mimics out on the ground level. Gosh, that's it. I'm coming for you. I can fly too, you know, even if you have a mask. Gotcha. That confused me. All right. So anyway, and so with that, I also found a lot of enchanted books and other things like that. I found another Honeycomb shrine actually out in the world as well. If you look, here's home. And I kind of underground went all over the place. I was trying to head kind of southish. Ended up going like somewhere over here. And I decided I would come out. And I found this like Ars Nouveau magic biome. And I found this one here, which it's actually, let's see. I think it's an enchanted biome, enchanted forest, and the trees glow at night. So it's actually one of the safer forests you could probably be in at nighttime because it's relatively well lit compared to most forests. But there are some really pretty stuff, like the green enchanted logs from Biomes You Go, but then there's also the Ars Nouveau ones. But I also turned on my trinkets here. Let's remove the Blaze Heart, and we're going to put on Tea Leaf so that I'm immune to poison. I have my Cursed Tome, so I'm immune to spiders, and feasibly, I have a Silk Step enchantment here that I got from the Underdark stuff, which would allow me to just kind of walk through these. But honestly, all these spiders are going to be peaceful to me because of this Cursed Tome that I'm carrying. I also have the ability to, let's see, with this one here that I got, which is a really cool one. Beastmaster, I think, something like that. I can actually tame spiders and have them follow me around and help me instead of just following me like some of the other stuff does. But in some of these little pockets, you may find some loot. Piercing 4, not that great, but you know, hey, you know what? You never know what you might find in some of these loot chests, especially if you've got yourself a whole bunch of luck going on here. Oh, hey, look at that! At the end of one of these spider corridors is one of these dungeons, four spawner dungeons. This is really cool. All right, so there was also this structure over here, which I'm pretty sure is another spider structure from Greek fantasy. And you can enter it at your own peril, of course. And you'll get one of these coming for you. An arachne. Hello. You're lovely. But, yeah. I'm going to kill you anyway. Because you drop lots of cool loot. Anyway, there's usually some kind of, like, chest in here besides those arachnes. And hopefully, there it is. There's a chest, and you get some banners and stuff. It's pretty cool. You can also get some of these little web balls from fighting them, which makes like a little baby spider. Or sometimes it can. Otherwise, you'll get random stuff. There it is. Oh my gosh. Kind of cute, kind of crazy. I hope that it actually is tame. I'm not going to kill the thing because it's just going to piss off the gods that I don't want to piss off. So... And I'm back from my foray with a little recall amulet magic. At some point I'm going to have to start setting up some kind of teleportation network so that I don't have to fly several thousand blocks to get where I want to. But still, it's been pleasurable. I did a little bit of a makeover on the blood altar. I've got 3 trees growing right now because I wanted this to grab the blood from all 3 trees, which it is. So this is really fantastic. But I also added an access to it for now so that I can just kind of click on it. Let's open this here. 45 buckets of blood. Let's check on the status of our creosote. I ended up chunk loading it because I wanted to go exploring. And so you can see we've got the weirding gadget up on top of it. And there we go. We've got 12 blocks of coal coke, 4 left over that I haven't processed yet. 12 buckets in here, and I ended up upgrading this to 48 buckets, so we've got a lot of creosote. Now, I've got a couple of these larger buildings here, as that one has a fire pit in it. I'm going to leave that one alone, but I think this one I may turn into a windmill. All right, so here's the cool thing, is that you take some kind of tank that has creosote in it, surround it with planks, and you don't have to do the bucket thing. You can actually just take it directly out like this, and it will use a little bit that's inside. So I can just constantly keep crafting a whole bunch of this. And now I can make windmill blades. All right, time to put a whole bunch of this industrial hemp fiber in the system. All right, next we're going to want to make windmill sails that we can attach to those windmill blades. I don't need to have them on there, but it will generate more power in general. What I do need, though, is a bunch of tough fabric. But this isn't all we're going to be needing. We're going to be needing, well, something to actually generate the power. And that's this, a kinetic dynamo, which is going to require a copper coil block. And the recipe is going to require LV wire coils, which you think, all right, that might be difficult if you've never done immersive engineering, but it's actually not. Making copper wire, there are multiple ways of doing it. An easy way of doing it and getting double the results is with a metal press. But as we don't have that, we're going to just make a set of engineer's wire cutters. I'm going to prefer a bit simpler of a method, and that's taking an engineer's hammer and any copper ingot and just making the copper plates that way. All right, let's make some LV wire coils. 8 should be enough. Then the copper coil block, there's that. Then the kinetic dynamo. You can see it comes together rather quickly once you end up getting some of these things. So if I place this here, that's actually the wrong way. You want this opening to be where the windmill actually gets attached. So let me hop up on the other side here. There we go, one windmill. And then the windmill sails actually get clicked on there. So let's see if I can reach that. There we go. And you can see it's already working. Now keep an eye on the speed of this thing and how slow or fast it may be going, depending upon how you view it. And just by clicking on the center here, we're adding in the rest of the sails, making it a little bit more effective, and pow, it's going at a pretty good speed. And it looks really pretty too. All right, so next we need to be able to take that power and put it into something else. And that's probably going to be using an LV wire connector. All right, before I go too far, I'm going to make myself a relay now that I have some of this stuff here. And I've got plenty of them. This is just going to help pass or be able to allow you to split currents if you so desire, or have it move along multiple areas. If you take some of that tough fabric, you can make insulated LV wire coil, which is what I'm actually going to do. I'm going to leave the rest of it in here, and this way I don't need to worry so much about getting zapped. As the charging station has connections behind it and below it, I'm just going to set it here, and we're going to actually do something a little bit different. There we go, we're going to try this instead. Now if I wanted to like run off of this and split it elsewhere. For example, if I have power coming through to this LV wire connector, and I wanted to split off of that, I could connect this to one of those, and then I could split it off into multiple locations. Continuing on from there, going off to who knows where, or I could have this split off as well. So ultimately it can get to the same location if I wanted. But I don't really need those going in that direction, so I'm going to do this here. Place one on the opposite side here above the charging station. Whack it with the hammer and turn it into a pass-through of power. Then just put a connector on the back here. Then I'm going to connect here, and I think that does it. I mean, we've got power running over, through, and into this charging station. Oh, yep, and in the bottom right corner you can see it is charging up things. Cool. All right, next thing we're getting into then is going to be Scannable, and this is the scanner that we're definitely going to be needing. It's actually not too bad of a recipe. We're also going to want rare ores scanner, block scanners. This is really important. I love these. This, you can configure it to any block you want, provided that you can have an example of that block to begin with. There's also mob scanners, whether they be passive or enemy ones, which can be useful for just finding them in general. But then there's also just living entity. If it's a living entity and you have an example of it, you can click on it and then scan for it, try and find it. We're definitely going to need range modules. But all of it's going to start probably with blank modules as well. First, let's get our scanner and we can get that charging in here. There we go. You can see the power going down for a moment and it is back and good to go. It's fully charged. That's it. All that just so that we can get this thing charged up. We need to insert these. If you sneak right click, you can see it can handle 3 modules at a time, and then it can store up to 6 more on top of that. We're going to want 2 of the range modules. So let's put the rare ores one in there, and we'll just put the rest of these on the backup for now. And if I scan, it can tell me those that are nearby. We've got amber, we've got moonstone, copper, amber, moonstone, bauxite, etc. And it only lasts for about 5-10 seconds, and then you'd have to scan again. But in this case, let's switch this out, and we can do common ores as well. And then when I sneak place this, and I scan this, this is going to be a bit screen covering. There we go. And you can see with those 2 scans, we've already done a decent amount of energy loss in here. We've lost more than 10% of that power. So it's only going to be good for so many scans before you're probably going to need another one. Which in this case, I'm kind of thinking, see, I forgot about this. The capacitor backpack, which in most cases, it can be combined with your armor, or at least it used to be able to, or you can put it on as a curio slot. Either way, that could charge things. So that might be worthwhile there. We just need to make an LV capacitor. Oh, that's not bad at all. We've got this. There we go, 1 LV capacitor. Then a capacitor backpack and POW. And now I think this can store 100,000. Does it combine? It does. So I could take this, whoop, and it has a capacitor backpack attachment. I need to take it off. There we go. And then charge that. There we go. That seems to work a little bit better. So I'm going to leave that there for a little bit. And then we can have that just slap it onto whatever our chest plate is. And then it should automatically charge things in our inventory, I believe. Now that's not the only thing I wanted to use this charging station for. There's something else I've been aching to use as well. And I've been not wanting to use it because I feel like recharging it in the charging station is better than building new ones. And that's this, a Seamoth. These require a power cell, and power cells, when you craft them, are fully charged. So you don't technically need to recharge them. You can just take them out and put new ones in and stuff. Yep, there we go. 1 Seamoth, and it should have a power cell in it. Let's go over to the water over here, hop in, and place this down. There we go. Look at this baby. Isn't it looking nice? And I click inside, and I think, yeah, I hit E and you can see the power cell in here. So just by using this, I'm just using regular walking directions. You can go up and down. It just basically goes in the direction that you're aiming. You can use left and right to strafe as well. The controls are really solid. But you just right click to get in it, and your oxygen levels are fully maxed out. Either way, it looks like the trip to the Nether was kind of a bust. I mean, I got some okay stuff. Life stealing isn't anything that I could, I could at least use the life stealing from this. But for now, I think I'm just going to put all this stuff away. And we're going to move on to another dimension. Alright, so we're going to go on to another dimension, as I said. And I'm thinking we're going to head to the Strange Bed dimension. Actually, it's the Good Night Sleep mod. Adds in 2 different dimensions. I've never really actually gone to the dimensions, short of just in creative mode, so I'm really curious how this is going to go. So I guess I'll put a guest bed at the foot here of the bed. I don't know if I'm going to wake up in the wall. Hopefully not. And I don't know if it needs to be nighttime or not. Either way I look at it, though, I'm just going to give it a go. All right, so here's the strange bed. It's nighttime anyway. Let's see what happens. Is it a good dream or a bad dream? It's a bad dream. Okay, and it looks like I get to keep all my stuff. Okay, wow, that's a lot of pigmen and creepers. I'm so glad I've got my curse tome on me right now. And, yep, my kitty slippers to stop stuff from just, spawning. Or from just straight up attacking me everywhere. Ow! What's up? Prickly nightmare grass. Oh my gosh, are you kidding? And there are pigmen everywhere. Can I still fly okay? I can. Okay. So we're going to take the scanner here. It's set for rare ores. Let's see what we can find. Even though I'm up at 68, and I don't know if it'll actually Necrom ore. All right, interesting things I got. Necrom, Zitrite, which I don't know if they have a use. I don't know what good they might be. For now, I'm putting them in there. How about Zitrite? And it looks like I can make all sorts of armor and weapons from them. They're slightly better than iron, so that's not bad. Now, I'm going to see if my recall amulet works to get me back to my own bed. It did. I'm back. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm back here. So if I try this again during the daytime, will I go back into another dream? I do, and in fact I'm in Lollipop Lands. It's a good dream. Okay, excellent. This is more like it. This is what I was looking for. Because there are rainbow ores, among other things. Whoa, what the heck? You're super cute. Are you wearing a little tutu? Did you even do any damage? Okay. This is more like what I'm looking for here. Oh my gosh. This has ores that I need to increase my DNA sampler to the next level, and that's the rainbow ores. So I think what I'm going to do is just, why not? I might as well just do the break area right where I'm at and see what we can find. All right, so I've gone down far enough that I've found some rainbow ore, and it appears to be dotted everywhere, which that's saying something. Let's grab a bunch of this. All right, so I have placed this rainbow ore in front of me, and if I take this out, grab my scanner module for a specific block, and then if I think it's just right click on it. Yep, rainbow ore. So that's fine now. Open up my scanner, put it back in, and when I scan for it, it should only scan for rainbow ore. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of rainbow ore. Okay. I think it's time to just start breaking stuff. Aha! I found positite. I thought that I saw something yellow flash in front of my eyes, but sadly I did not get a chance to actually scan it. There we go. That positite stuff can be used to make things as well. You can use it to make some above average type gear. Okay. You can also use it to change your strange bed into a luxurious bed, which would guarantee that you go to this dimension each time. So that's something to definitely think about. And I think I might head back to base for the next stages. I had a couple magical honeycombs. Turns out that all you needed to do was just punch the glass where the magical honeycomb is being held, and eventually it will make a small hole in it and you can grab the honeycomb, and then after a couple minutes another one will reappear. But you got to be careful because those bee knights are going to come for you. But I'm going to make some magical honey cookies, which in and of themselves look really good for food, but I have another use for them. Magical honey cookies. Next I'm going to take a mandrake seed, and I'm going to plant one of these things in the ground. And then I need to get some bone meal, and we're going... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. They scream. Oh, the mandrakes. Okay. And then I'm going to give one of them a cookie. Hey, hey! It worked! And we now have a little helper. This is so beautiful. Look at it. Tomato Mandragora. Oh, you're lovely. You much better singing voice than when you were a child. Okay, so rainbow ore can be turned straight up into rainbow ingots, as one might expect. Oh, I didn't realize I can make pots of gold as well with that stuff. That's great. But the rainbow block can be used to make the diamond DNA sampler, which is going to allow me access to even higher tier mobs, because I already have the shattered blaze piece that I got when I found a wildfire a while ago. But you can also use it, of course, to make different just like weapons and tools, which are just going to be rainbow colored, and they're kind of like an iron equivalent. All right, so first let's make that wildfire shield part, and I think it can be used for multiple things. Yeah, you can apply it to a shield to get a wildfire shield, which could be really cool, actually. I might do that. So maybe I'll take 2 of those. That just sounds neat. Even though I haven't been using a shield lately, I may need one soon because of some plans that I currently have. All right, so as it turns out, I don't have all the ingredients yet. Rainbow block, wildfire shield part, but I need obscured glass from Evilcraft, which is going to be glass and a dark gem. And there we are, 1 diamond DNA sampler, which is going to be really nice. Can be used on stronger entities. Shift right click to clear stored DNA sample. Right click on the cage to get back stored DNA samples. Now here's the thing, there's 3 levels. The netherite one allows you to actually capture and harness most bosses. But it requires a star-infused netherite ingot on a diamond DNA sampler. And those things are not cheap. You need an ultimerite ingot covered with dragon's breath. And an ultimerite ingot is made from featherite, spiderite, prismarite, blazerite, golderite, enderite, witherite, and phantorite ingots around a nether star. I'm going to take this here, the smithing table, pop a shield in, and this. We get a wildfire shield. Nice. Let's see what this thing looks like in my offhand. That's pretty cool, and it glows as well, so I'm a big fan of that. There we go, 2 pots of gold from that. I don't see why not. I mean, I've got plenty of rainbow ore that I still am planning on doubling up even more. We'll see how far that goes. And if I put this down, I have no idea how far or anything like that it goes, or what direction even. Oh, it goes way over there. That's not appropriate. There we go. I think this will work. Nice! So we now have a rainbow over our house with a big old pot of gold. Oh shoot, it ran into the tree. You know, that's fine. I've got a pot of gold at one side with a rainbow shooting up and across. I love it. All right, this is making the things a little bit more interesting at the very least. How are the kids doing, Tomato Flora? It looks like this one here is, you've got one fully grown already. Nicely done. We've got rainbow seeds as well. Take a look at that. What do I get? Rainbow berries. It's actually pretty good. It looks really weird, but it's not that bad. It also gives fruits. So that's nice. Let me take one of these cookies. We'll see if we can get you a companion. We got another one. Either way, we now have a companion for you so that you're not alone here in the garden, because the broom isn't much of a companion, I gotta admit. So yeah, I'm kind of digging how this place is turning out. I hope you guys have been enjoying this. I'm looking forward to doing a whole bunch more. I've got so many things on my list of things to do. It's unbelievable. But we're getting through it one little bit at a time. If you've been enjoying this series, please be sure to give a like, comment, subscribe. Don't be afraid to click the notification bell. Come visit us on Twitch. And until next time, I'll see ya.